Hello, Seahawk Nation, and welcome back to Seahawk Weekly with head coach Myles Russ, presented by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Coach, thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you for having me.
You guys had a great start to the season. You went on the road, took care of business against number 6 Indiana Wesleyan. Just talk about the team's performance in that match.
I was just happy how we just fought through adversity. Honestly, we came out swinging, did a really good job in the first half, and they kind of got going in that third quarter, leading up to the fourth quarter. And I just like how our guys was able to continue to keep playing. They tied the game up, and our offense came out and was able to have a really big run by Jaden Miller, and then the defense came back and had a really big stop. And then we've been working on a lot of different situations offensively and defensively, a 4-minute, 2-minute, different situations like that, and we were able to do a really good 4-minute drive for ourselves offensively. It was able to run out the clock.
You mentioned Jaden Miller. We got to talk a little bit about it. This program has always been known for outstanding running backs. The running back carousel, go back to Marquise Burgess, Jaden Meisinger, Andrew Burnett. Now Jaden Miller is the next man up. He steps into a bigger role this year, and he took the reins. Talk about his performance and the performance of the entire run game.
Yeah, I'm just so happy of all those guys. Jaden Miller, he knows this is his time, and then even the guys that are behind him that are continuing to push him in every different way in that running back room, led by Justin Wake, doing a great job of just making sure they're not trying to do too much. We have a really good offensive line. You just got to continue to be patient and not try to make the big plays every play. And I think he did a really good job doing that. And when he got the opportunity to, make a big play, he definitely did. So made that last guy miss, and you can see had a big touchdown run at the end.
Absolutely. He was outstanding, and there was a lot of players like Jaden who were in a position that they weren't necessarily in last year. You had players like Eli Bertrand, Malik Razz. They are being asked to do a lot more this year than they were last year, and they stepped up when given the opportunity. Talk about their performance in the game.
I think that's part of our culture and everything that we've been doing, our standard next man up mentality, not just within each season, but within each next season, as I should say. Those guys have been really good, doing a good job being patient, believing in the system, believing in their coaching staff. Now, like Jaden Miller, is their time, and I think they're making the best out of it. And then just understanding that even the guys behind those guys to know that, hey, if I can just continue to work, continue to do what I have to do, when given the opportunity, I'm going to be ready. And I think those guys showed that. And I think it's a testament to our program and to the culture that we have.
It was an outstanding way to begin the season, a huge victory against number 6 on the road. We're going to talk about this upcoming week when we return after this short commercial break. You're watching Seahawk Weekly with head coach Myles Russ, presented by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in once again. Coach, now we're going to look forward to this upcoming week. It's your first home game of the season. You've got Bethel coming to town. You're coming off of a bye week. So first off, how do you get the team prepared for a game coming off of a bye week this early in the year?
Yeah, I think it's big. We had a long trip coming back from Indiana Wesleyan, so I think we earned that bye week with the long trip back. But getting the guys prepared and ready to go. Also, we had a bye week, but we're still putting in work either mentally with our bodies to get healthy. So that's really important. We got a really good team in Bethel coming in that has a brand new coaching staff that's doing a really great job on every phase of the game that we just watched. So it's really exciting for our guys to get back going again and finally be back home.
You mentioned it's a new coaching staff for Bethel.
Yeah.
They promoted their defensive coordinator from last year. He's now the head coach. Kind of went on the same path as you. He was the recruiting coordinator, then he was the defensive coordinator. Obviously, you were not defensive, you were offensive, but kind of the same path that you went on. But he's got something to prove now, obviously. He's taken over the reins. They lost their first game of the year. They're coming to West Palm with something to prove.
Absolutely.
What does Kaiser have to prove in this game?
For him, just talk about those guys, I think it's a great opportunity. He has a great opportunity to be the head coach, and I'm telling you, that defense is still rolling, and he brought in a really good offensive staff that are doing some great things over there. So for us, we just got to continue to worry about ourselves of how we can become better each week, and I think that was really good job from our coaching staff from this bye week of how we can continue to stack these days. And I think that's the biggest thing about it. How can we be better every week? And as we continue to go through, I think in every phase of the game, what can we do to make that adjustment once the game comes along?
And it's going to be a big adjustment being able to play at home for the first time this year. How excited are you to be able to get back in front of the home crowd?
Yeah, it's exciting. I tell everybody it's a community-based team. So these guys having the opportunity to play in front of their friends, family, and the students that are back in class. So I'm really excited about it. It's a little bit earlier, 3 o'clock game, but I think it's going to be a really fun atmosphere. I love what we do before the game as well, just to make this thing an event. And I think these guys and these players deserve that, and I'm excited for the community to come out and support their team.
Well, if you can't come out and be here in person, we hope you'll tune in to the Sun Digital Network, the Kaiser Sports Network, now also simulcasting our games on the Urban Edge Network. And it will, as always, be on ESPN 106.3 FM. Coach, thank you for joining us. We're going to be back in a little bit with Malik Razz as we talk to him about the defense's approach coming up in this game against Bethel. You'll see them in action Saturday at 3 p.m. Hello, Seahawk Nation, and welcome back to Seahawk Weekly, presented by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. I'm your host, Danny Solomon, here with Malik Razz. Malik, thank you for joining us today.
No problem. Happy to be here.
Malik, you are somebody who we were talking with Coach about recently that has an expanded role this year. You had 10 total tackles in your entire Seahawk career last season. You get 13 in the first game this year. What was going on? Do you feel a little bit more responsibility this year?
Yeah, one of my goals were to actually have a bigger role in the upcoming seasons, and I had the opportunity this game. So I just took advantage of what I was given, and that's what I did.
I mean, that's all you have to do. When you're given the opportunity, you seize it, and that's exactly what you did. You see guys like Eli Bertrand, yourself. You both had very limited roles last year, and now in a much bigger responsibility. And now you're going to have Bethel come into town, a team that, as we were talking with Coach, they're looking for their first win of the year. They're hungry. They're coming to town. How are you going to try and stop that offensive attack?
We're going to listen to what our coaches have to say. We're going to take the coaching and just stick to our keys and just know what we have to do so we can play fast and aggressive.
You're somebody who, you were on the team 2 years ago. You were with the national championship team. You saw it happen. Last year, you make the national championship. Obviously, wasn't the outcome that we wanted. This year, it's a different team, different mindset, and you're trying to protect home field for the first time this year in front of the home fans. What's it going to be like to get out there on Saturday in front of the Seahawk Nation?
I feel like it's going to be a great experience to be back again. I have a lot of my parents and family coming out, so it's going to be fun.
What do you expect Kaiser to be able to do against Bethel in this one?
I feel like we should be able to take home the W by listening to our coaches and just doing what we have to do.
For everyone here at Kaiser University and for Malik Razz and Coach Russ, I'm Danny Solomon, the voice of the Seahawks, saying thank you for tuning in to this edition of Seahawk Weekly, presented by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Until next time, so long, Seahawk Nation.